Hi lovelies. Okay, welcome to another interesting lesson. In the other video I talked about the importance of record keeping. Okay, so in this video we are still talking about how you handle your mixers and also your recording. How do you handle your mixers and also your recording? Everybody should have a recording note. Get a notebook for your mixers. Let's assume you have a mixer, you have a baker, you have the cutters, right? Every one of them should have recording. I don't know how you run your own, but this is what I've learned and it is really working. Okay, you might disagree, it's left for you, but this is what I know that works so well. Make sure that your baker has a recording note, your mixer have a recording note, your cutter have a recording note. Then you have your personal recorder. If assuming you're not the one taking records, of course you must have somebody that records your day-to-day activities, right? So that person too is there. So at the end of the day, a baker will submit his own recording, mixer will submit his own recording, cutter will submit his own recording. Nobody takes the recording home. They submit it, they drop it. At the end of the day, as they are going home, they submit it with you at your table. So your general recorder would submit his or her own also. So at the end of the day, you go through all the records. You tally all the records. If there are loopholes, if there are questions to be asked, you know who and who you're asking. You ask them. Why is your own different from this recording? Why is this person's own is like more than this? Why this person's own is more than this? That way you're trying to know them. That way you're trying to even monitor them. That way you're trying to know the kind of workers you have. And your mixer, as he's mixing, is recording. Your baker, as he's baking, is recording. As he's baking, whatever he's baking out, he will take notes of all the loaves that have been given to him to bake. He will have to write it down. So at the end of the day, you will know where, if any loss is coming from. You will tally all of them together and know where any loss is coming from. That way, it will even enable you to know the kind of workers you have. If one person is always having mistakes, always canceling. So now, moving on to the salesperson. In every bakery, they always have vendors, except you put a law of not giving vendors your bread. Maybe you're selling to end users. Maybe you are in a very good location and you don't want to sell to vendors. You don't want to use vendors. Fine and good. Okay, but if you are having vendors, you have to be extra careful in dealing with vendors also. That's another angle you can be having losses. Yes, if you're using the same sales point, maybe you don't have enough space, you're using the same sales point with the vendors, I would advise you to carve out a separate place to deal with vendors. Yes, a separate sales point. Even if a very small place, just carve out a separate sales point for vendors. That is, if vendors are coming to your bakery to pick up bread, because vendors are funny. Not every one of them. There are good vendors that I know. There are good ones. There are also the bad ones. Some vendors are practically coming just to steal from you. They will buy, not that they will not buy, they will buy from you. At the same time, they will still steal bread from you. If you don't know, you at the end of the day, you put it on your workers that they have stolen bread from you. So, what am I trying to say? Be careful in dealing with vendors. You have to go extra. If possible, get a dog pet. As they are paying the number of loaves they need, you use docket. So if you don't have a separate place for them, then you have to get a docket to deal with them, so that at the end of the day, and if you're dealing with them, don't leave the place. Even when you have confirmed their bread, by the time you turn your back and say, okay, I'm coming, I tell you, the ones that steals will take your bread and add to what you have already confirmed. At the end of the day, you might have losses from there. So be careful when dealing with vendors. If you have taken one or two lessons from this video, don't forget to leave a comment with us. And if you're having any question to ask, of course, why are we here? Put it at the comment section. We'll get back to you. Okay, we'll attend to all your questions. Okay, don't forget to share and like this video. Have a lovely day. Bye.